record.
Okay.
I
need to know how to.
It's fine.
I'm gonna sit comfortably, like I don't look like, so I don't look like I'm awkward. Okay.
Oh shit.
And then when we're talking, do you want me to look at the camera? Do you want me to look at you?
Up to you. If you want to address the camera directly.
Hi. My name's Jenna. No.
That's
and
how it's gonna
also,
start.
what do you want from me as well? Like, do you want me to be like professional, or do you want Jenna?
I think you should do what feels right at the time. If you want to be professional about it, go for it. If you don't, I mean, it'll be funny. You might lose your job.
Yeah, fair. Don't sack me, Leanne.
I've just got a note here saying, can you not vape during the episode?
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
I'll try not to.
I don't want to give the wrong impression. Because the age range, the demographic of the podcast is like 12 to 16. So I don't want to give them the wrong idea.
Absolutely, we don't encourage these things.
Welcome to the Amicus Lawcast.
Yay! I'm so excited. Honestly.
So with every episode we get the previous guest, Lev, was the last one, to ask the next guest a question. And Lev wants to know about your first car. So please tell me all about it, because I can't wait to hear about it.
Oh my goodness, my first car was a Ford K, a red one, and it was called Fifi. Okay. And oh my goodness, we went up the M4 all the time. Honestly, I learnt to drive with my auntie and uncle. I stalled Fifi God knows how many times. And I absolutely loved that. I was heartbroken when she blew up.
How did she blow up?
Everything just stopped working.
Right.
Took her to an MOT garage, and they were like, we want like £1,000 bill. I was like, Fifi's not worth that much, sadly. So.
Can't love her that much then.
No, I know. I loved Fifi, but that was, a little bit.
Not £1,000 love though.
No, not £1,000. When she was worth like £700.
I wouldn't assign a monetary value to love personally,
No,
but that's if that's the way you operate. You know, I'm not here to intrude. I actually have a question to ask you, because I thought that question was pretty boring.
Gosh, Lev, disappointing.
If you could go back in time, where and when would you go and why?
It's really cliche, but I'd so go back to uni.
Yeah.
I loved uni, and I would so go back to being carefree. I'd also probably go back to like young childhood as well, because like you just did everything and you had no fear in the world. Like I would just fling myself off things, and I was just crazy. So I think I would definitely.
You know what I'm thinking of? You know that meme where it's the woman stood in the middle of a shop and she puts the peas on her head and she's like, oh my god, she's so crazy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That is definitely me.
Thanks for asking where I'd go. I'd go to Brighton in October of 1984.
Specific?
Yeah. There's some cool stuff happening there. Did you bring the drawings I asked you to do?
Drawings?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
What? It's actually pretty essential to this podcast that you did that.
You didn't ask me to bring
I did.
drawings.
I did.
No,
It's just a sick
what, like
joke.
a portrait?
Are you so? Obviously, this is just me telling jokes at you for an hour, but is this a joke that you're doing to me?
No.
This is a professional. This is representing Amicus Law, and you.
No, don't do this to me. I'll panic. I'm gonna lose my job.
Okay, no, that was just a silly joke. So, it says here on this piece of paper that I've written that you've recently completed your bachelor's degree in law with criminology at Royal Holloway, University of London. Round of applause. Well done. Well done, Jenna.
It was nightmarish, but we got there.
What was it about law that made you want to do an entire degree in it?
Do you know what? I have one super answer, and that's Legally Blonde. I want to be Elle Woods, honestly, and there's no other answer to that. But seriously, one of my friends actually, I went through a really difficult time when we were a bit younger, and I wanted to know like why her family wasn't given the justice that she so deserved, and that is really what sparked me into it, because I wanted to understand why things were happening, why things weren't happening, and that was really what made me want to go into law, because I wanted to understand, and I really liked the idea. I originally wanted to be a barrister, but I really
like on a set of stairs?
Yeah, or pouring coffee.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, pouring coffee, yeah. Yeah, so I ended up, when I researched it more, I think I would rather be a solicitor than go and be a barrister. So we went to...
Were there any other careers you were considering?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Musical theatre. I really
Right.
wanted to be an actress,
Right.
but I sadly lost all my confidence.
Yeah.
And it also isn't stable, is it? Even though I'd love to be on the stage and I would love to be an actress, but... So we went with Legally Blonde, which was the closest thing, I suppose.
Do you have a favourite law? Mine is sods.
I feel like I've got I feel like I've got a Saved Private Client,
Yeah.
but I really, which I really do enjoy. But I really loved criminal at uni, and I loved family at uni as well. So I think, yeah, I don't think I could do criminal.
You don't have a favourite specific law.
No, I wouldn't say I have a specific favourite.
What was a degree for then, mate?
I know, yeah. Well, I wanted to see different sides of the law and different, yeah.
Breaking it, not breaking it.
Yeah.
Well, those are
Changing
the
it.
two sides, or changing
Can't
it.
change it.
During your studies, apparently you were involved in your university's legal advice clinic.
Yes,
That was a legal advice centre.
Yes, I was.
Mhm.
I was.
Were you paid for this, or was it slave labour?
It was a never slave labour. It was all for my CV, to be honest.
Okay.
And I absolutely loved it there. We dealt with real clients. The team were fantastic, and they are predominantly the reason I'm here. I'd say they really, because at the legal advice clinic they wanted to give you a step into law. They wanted to show you what it's like doing client interviews before you actually go into it.
Helped yesterday for your client interview, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, well, I'm sat with Susie. It does help. It did help massively. So yeah, no, I loved it there. They were absolutely brilliant.
In the Law Clinic's Gazette for last year,
You proper have stalked, didn't you?
you said you get the chance to make mistakes. This is like you recommending the legal advice clinic. You get to ask the silly questions. Can I ask a silly question?
Of course.
Do you remember when KFC ran out of chicken in 2018?
Yes.
Why do you think that was?
Everybody just loves KFC, I think.
But like there were still chickens kicking about. It's not like we ran out of chickens.
I don't know, maybe they just didn't order enough frozen chicken.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
Fair
they
enough.
didn't order enough frozen chicken and yeah.
So
Didn't freeze enough chicken.
do you still do free legal advice? Because I could do with some.
What legal advice would you like?
Can I tell you my situation? And
Yeah,
then-
go on. I'm all ears.
So back in 2014, me and my friends wanted to go on a trip to London. And an ex-friend now said that they'd booked said that they'd booked the accommodation for us. So we sent him the money to do the the deposit, whatever. And he ghosted us all, and he just took the money. Can you just explain to them what ghosting means, please?
Ghosting is a modern language for ignoring. So when you ignore somebody and you don't reply to their message, it's ignoring.
Okay.
It's modern language.
Okay. I appreciate the direct to camera bit there.
It's Gen Z.
Do you think I have any legal recourse over that, or am I shit out of luck?
I think it's difficult. It is difficult. It depends. It depends what proof you've got, I would say.
I've got
Proof of
Facebook message.
transaction.
Well, yeah, I've got bank transactions.
Take them to court.
Do you think that'd be worth it for like 20 quid? You can just get away with anything nowadays, apparently. But the legal advice clinic, do you have any specific interviews that you did that you're like, I'm going to carry this into the future, like I learned something from this, or are there any like really funny ones? So what? You're saying
to react to me that
you're saying
way.
that the University of London is complicit in illegal legal advice.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, that's going in. More generally, your university experience. How would you summarise it? Were you in the library all the time? Were you?
I wasn't a tryhard, but I was. I made sure I had a healthy balance, and that's really difficult at uni. But I was in the library when I needed to be. But I also was a party gal. But I also I tried to do a happy medium. But the thing is with me is I have to try. I have to put everything I do into. I'm not one of them annoying people. You know, the ones that, and I bet you are them, where you sleep you go to bed really early before the night of the exam, you don't revise or anything, you have a perfect night's sleep, and then you smash the exam and come out of it first. Yeah, and I bet you are that person.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think I'm doing here?
No, exactly. Yeah,
This is what
I'm
I'm
not that
working.
person. I have to really like. I started revising like months before the exam, so I am in that sense. But I also made sure that I was kind to myself as well.
Okay. And when I spoke to Lev, obviously he went to university years and years ago, so he didn't have like ChatGPT and Turnitin. So So he actually had to do all his work, which is crazy nowadays. How much of your work at uni would you say that you did like being supported by AI?
Nothing. I didn't use
Nothing?
AI at all.
You didn't?
I don't know what. I don't even know what AI is.
Okay. I'm not sure I believe that, but
I didn't use AI at all. We're not allowed. There's the whole thing called Turnitin, and they detect AI.
Okay.
So we weren't allowed, so I didn't use it.
Turnitin was great. I love that. What was your highest? What was it called? Not fraudulency rate, but like it would like match the similarity between other examples.
I couldn't even know. I didn't even look. I'm a bit rubbish for that. Like I didn't look because I didn't use AI.
Okay, you didn't look. You just uploaded it.
I just uploaded it, yeah, and hope for the best.
Okay.
You know.
Did you know that I've actually managed to get a sponsor for the Amicus Lawcast?
Have you?
I've been doing my work. We've actually been sponsored by Amicus Law Solicitors.
Wow.
Yeah, if you don't know who they are,
They're
do you know who?
fantastic.
You know who they are.
I think so,
What?
yeah, I mean-
That's great.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So I only knew about them because they pay my wages, but apparently they do legal services too.
They do loads to them.
Do they? Do you want to tell them about Amicus Law?
Amicus Law is absolutely fantastic, and no, I've not been paid to say this.
You're not getting paid for this, no.
No, they offer They do agricultural law. There's a whole poster in one of our offices that explains everything so beautifully.
They're not gonna know about that poster.
Well, they do. They come into the meeting room, the big meeting room in Bridgewater.
So you're telling the millions of people that are gonna watch this?
Thousands, yeah.
No, millions.
Millions, billions, yeah.
Aim for the moon. You're telling them to all show up to the Bridgewater
To office, yes. Come and see me and Susie. Come and make a will.
Susie would love that.
Yeah, and you can see this beautiful poster that beautifully outlines everything that we offer. Family law, divorce, we do employment law, we do, I'm trying to think of where everybody sits, conveyancing, resi, shared ownership. We do lots. We do dispute resolution. Yeah, we do lots.
So if you could please go to our recently wonderfully updated website, amicuslaw.co.uk, and click on the Contact Us button if you need help with anything to do with the law.
Yes.
And we're actually running a competition at the moment where Jenna has very kindly offered to cover the legal costs for your case if I choose you as a winner. All you need,
uni student debt.
yeah, all you need to do is leave a comment telling me what your favourite part of the podcast was and leave a like and all that good stuff. Legal section, this giveaway is fictional, is also not redeemable for a cash equivalent. What student loan plan are you on?
I don't even know, and I should know. I know, I'm not. I didn't even know. But I think I'm on the one before it changed.
There are 5 plans as far as I'm aware. So which one?
I have no idea. Maybe plan 5? I should know these things.
I was looking at my student loan debt.
Goodness.
That's fun. That's awesome. So there's a note on the website saying that you specialise in wills.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered branching out into won'ts? Yeah.
Is that a joke?
We're going to sit with it until you get the joke. Would you like me to say the joke again? On the website, you specialise in wills.
Yeah.
Have you considered branching out into won'ts?
I get it now. Will, won't. I do get it.
The rest of the jokes are really going to fall flat after that.
Awkward silence.
So, did you have any? Is this your first job at a law firm? Okay. Did you have any preconceptions while you were at uni about what the job was going to be like? And were any of them accurate? Were any of them not accurate?
Absolutely. I generally thought all lawyers were sharks. Like, I was like, nobody's going to speak to me. I'm going to be making tea. Nobody's going to want to interact with me.
And all of those things are true.
Oh, absolutely. I have to make a tea for Susie every morning. She otherwise
3 times a day.
Yeah, otherwise I
gets
lose my
really
job.
angry
She
otherwise,
does.
yeah.
She does.
And,
If it's not how she likes it,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You made her a coffee once, and I legally can't say what she did. I'll get into
Right
trouble.
across
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
Oh no, but no, I was generally really scared that I wouldn't, and I think imposter syndrome is such a big thing as well. Like especially in as coming out of uni as well, and thinking that you don't fit in or that you don't belong. And honestly, it's absolutely nothing that I imagined it to be. And I also thought I wasn't going to enjoy it at all because that's the thing with law. Everybody thinks, oh, big, boring, and it's nothing like that at all. Like everyone's so supportive, and I feel so encouraged, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I definitely wouldn't. All lawyers are not sharks, but I think it definitely does depend on the firm that you go to.
And Amicus Law, no sharks.
No,
horrible
honestly,
people.
I can speak to the equity partners, and they know my name, and I think that's just fantastic. Everybody's so welcoming, and yeah, so
That's good.
absolutely.
What is this job? Everything you've ever dreamed of? When you first went to uni, we were like, when you come out the other side of this and you're a solicitor, which you're not yet, so work on that. Yeah. Have you?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Like, not even sarcastically, absolutely. Like, I generally thought I couldn't even get a job coming out of uni. It was so difficult. I was getting rejection, like no, and it's so difficult coming out of uni. Like the competition is just bar high, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go in as like a cleaner or a receptionist just to be able to get my foot in the door. So the fact that I've been able to come in as a paralegal, which is exactly everything that I wanted and more, and I think that for me is that my experience. I'm just so grateful to be here. Honestly, like I say to all my colleagues, I know I'm just generally so grateful to be here.
I'm not stressed out about you. Just stressed out about an email that we got.
Oh goodness.
Awesome.
To be here.
So it says here that Jenna was drawn to Amicus Law. This is what your biography says on the website. Was drawn to Amicus Law by its strong ethos, client-focused approach, and the opportunity to learn from what she describes as an incredible team.
Yeah,
Was this
Chris.
comment made before or after you were introduced to me?
It was made after actually. Honestly, that comment's all about Chris. Like Chris is the reason I'm at Amicus. He is an incredible team. So
He is an incredible team.
yeah, on his own. Chris is the team.
It also says Jenna thrives in a collaborative environment and finds great joy in working alongside colleagues. However, do you think your colleagues find great joy in working alongside you?
No, I'm on Teams every second of every minute of every hour. So no, but yeah, I know. I'm very annoying.
Outside of work, Jenna's a keen trampolinist and has competed at university level. We'll get back to that. Also has a passion about musical theatre. Do you have a favourite show that you've been to?
I love Wicked. Wicked's
Yeah.
it's so cliche, but it's my absolute favourite dream. And I'm going to Legally Blonde twice, as you've heard several times. And I'm very excited. So once I've seen Legally Blonde, that will also be up there as well.
Are you a new Wicked stan?
As in the film.
Yeah.
I like part 1, part 2 was a no-go.
Why?
So, but I just think it flopped, really. I just think it wasn't, and it's there's a lot of different things that they've added in, they've added 2 new songs, and it's also completely different, some bits are completely different to the film, to the stage show, sorry. So, I think, Wicked's one of them things you've got to be so careful with because of the fan base as well. So.
Or is it like Taylor Swift or like K-pop?
No, it's not quite as dramatic. No, it's not that.
Isn't it based on The Wizard of Oz, or am I going mental?
Yes, but no. Like it's about the Wicked Witch of the West. And,
So is it kind of like the new Wuthering Heights?
I've not seen Wuthering Heights. I need to though. Yeah, I know it's a book, but I need to. I want to read it and watch it. To be honest.
The idea of the film is that the director read the book when they were younger, and this is what she imagined the world to be. Is that similar to what Wicked is? Oh, okay.
No, it's the story of how she became the Wicked Witch of the West, and how the Wizard of Oz is all. The Wizard of Oz is the bad guy, and he kind of. Have you seen Wicked?
No.
No, oh my God, were you living under a rock? And he kind of turns everybody against. Is how she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West, and it goes right up until Dorothy isn't really in it, but she throws water over Elphaba, and then Elphaba pretends to die and goes off happily ever after with the love of her life. So yeah.
Is that Ariana Grande's character?
No, Cynthia Erivo.
You thought I did my research on these things, but I haven't.
No, disgraceful behaviour.
You enjoy spending time with your family, close friends, and your beloved pets.
Yeah.
Which of those categories do I fit into and why?
Beloved pets.
Cheers. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about your Forest Glade caravan holiday in Columpton in 2021?
Oh my goodness, I don't know which one. Forest Glade. There's
Columpton.
I was literally looking what you were on about when you said Columpton, and I can't even think which one Forest Glade is. Is that the glamping pods? Is that where you're taking it from? Or is it a picture of Willow, which is my dog?
I don't have any pictures of that. I wasn't on that holiday.
Because I can't remember. You weren't on there, so you weren't there, sadly. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it was either a glamping pod or it was a lodge. And it was really nice. There was lots of forest walks.
Was there an occasion, or you just wanted to go on holiday?
I think just wanted to go on holiday. I can't remember which one it is, so it probably might have been an occasion, but yeah.
You were in your school's adaptation of Cinderella in 2020.
Yes.
Yeah. Do I have a picture of that?
No, you don't.
I don't have it here, but I will put one on the screen.
I hope it's the nice one of me in the blue dress, not the gross ones.
No, because there's one where you're in like this brown dress, and then there's one in blue.
Rags, yeah.
I'll make sure it's the rags. And do you think your like amateur career in dramatics might be the reason you're the loudest person I know?
Absolutely. Honestly, when I first started and I came in to come and meet my team, Susie said to me, I can hear you from round the corner of where the receptionist is. And that was the first day I met Susie. She's like, you're very loud. Yes.
You're very loud. Go make me my tea.
Absolutely.
That's what she does. She's gonna hate this.
She isn't like this.
She said that she would do this as long as she gets to see the previous ones.
How do you like your tea?
But now when she watches this, she's going to be like, I'm not going to do it because you just bullied me for half an hour. You got a certificate, if I read this properly. On behalf of everyone involved in the sixth form panto, we would like to thank you for your hard work and dedication to the panto. Thank you for your contributions. We are very grateful. Without you, Cinderella wouldn't have gone to the ball. You won Most Dramatic Actress.
Yeah. Honestly, I will never change.
What you were Cinderella in that, right?
I was Cinderella, yeah, but I'll tell you why I won most dramatic. It's because I had a massive breakdown in the middle of one of the scenes, and basically I'm not going to reenact it because it will screech out the microphone. But I was like whining, and it's when the sisters rip up the invitation, and I was like whining, and it was such a oh my god moment. And then also another point is when the fairy godmother came in, and I had really messed up my lines at this point, and I thought it was her fault. So you can literally see me in the video, and I'm like, Chloe, like, it's your fault. What is your line? And I'm so confident that it's my line that's coming next. And Chloe's like, no, Jenna, it's your line. And then we just stood there in front of the whole audience, and we're just like looking at each other. And then after I came off, and I was like, oh my god, Chloe, and she was like, no, Jenna, that was your fault. And I was like, yeah, Jenna, it was your fault. Love to Chloe. So yeah.
She's going to be watching this as well.
I know. She's a good friend of mine from primary school, so she won't mind me saying.
Have you ever been to Bristol Aquarium?
Yeah, I have.
You have, haven't you?
Yeah.
What do you want to tell us about this picture?
You really stalked me. Oh my god.
I've talked to your uni friends.
Talked to everybody.
There's an entire rumour section that I've spoken to your old uni friends about, and we'll get to. Just before we ruin your career, can you tell me about the Instagram account Law with Jenna?
Oh, Law with Jenna. Oh my god. I was the University of Law. Adam, if you're watching this, he was my University of Law manager, and we used to joke, no seriously, we used to joke and say, like, whenever we walked into a room, everybody knew who I was. I was Law with Jenna. Bear in mind this account had like 100 followers, and I'd walk into
It had 383.
383. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I'd walk into a room and Adam would go, everybody knows who you are. It's Law with Jenna. I mean, when I did a pub quiz and we called ourselves Law with Jenna, like, it was the Oh, I can't swear.
No, you can swear.
It was the. It was.
I'm gonna bleep my swearing, but you
Oh, you're
say
gonna bleep
it,
my.
yeah.
Oh, fair, yeah. And honestly, I was University of Law rep, and I just posted random stuff
You did.
to promote their stuff. Yeah.
let me look at these screenshots. So there's the National Pupillage Fair.
Yeah, there is. That was for barristers that make coffee.
Trying to see what else is on there. Do you think that your mate Adam saying that everyone knows who you are when you walk into a room, do you think that changed anything about you?
Yeah, I was famous. No, not. I was well known. I was a celebrity at uni.
You were, and for future generations to come at university, because there's a picture of you in the UOL prospectus.
Oh my goodness, yeah, there is. I don't like that picture.
I've been so grateful to have the opportunity and experience to experience real clients and being able to make a difference in the community. By the sounds of it, just making them cry
Yeah.
and not giving free.
No, not giving free legal advice, no.
So back to trampolining.
Yeah.
I found a document from the British Universities and College Sport Bucks, the 2025 Trampoline and DMT Championships. So on here it says that you're a level 7 woman. That's what it says. Now, personally, as a feminist, I don't think we should grade women by level, and you should judge them by the content of their character.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you think we should judge them by levels. Can you tell me the differences, like, for example, for a level 3 woman and a level 7 woman, and if the same applies for men?
It does apply for men. It's the exact same routine. It's just a level of ability, really. So, like, a level 1 is the best. A level 7's not the best.
Oh, I was assuming a higher level would be better.
No, sadly not.
Let me change that. It says here that you're a level 1.
Yeah, I am a level 1. But no, I'd never done trampolining before I went to uni. So, I.
Not even as a kid?
No, I've never ever done it before.
Never been on a trampoline before?
Oh no, I've been on a backyard trampoline before, but I've never been on like a proper like ultimate trampoline before. And
What's the difference between a regular trampoline and ultimate trampoline?
just for the fact of an ultimate's so much more bouncy. Like you can like ping off.
Right.
You've got to be really careful. Whereas a backyard trampoline, just not it really. But that's the most difference. But the exact same routine for both men and women, and there's also like a disability category as well.
Did you feel the need to point that out to me specifically?
Yeah.
Okay, cheers. Do I remember you said something recently that you're getting back into trampolining? How is that going?
Oh, I love it. I've missed it so much. I go on a Monday, so I started off at a local club, so yeah.
I was like, are you going to be back on the national stage?
No, goodness no.
Do they have ultimate trampolines?
training on ultimate, yeah.
It's such a ridiculous name.
I know, ultimate level, yeah. But
We've got different levels of trampolines. So we got your household trampoline.
then you have like the flip out and air hop trampoline,
Right.
because some of them can be quite a bit, and then you have your training trampoline, and then you have your ultimate, which is what they compete in. But some people have a mix of ultimate and training trampolines as well. Yeah.
Jenna Norrell.
Norel,
Okay, all right. Sorry.
how long have you known me, Chris?
Too long. And the last embarrassing thing I wanted to show you is you were in, I think this is the Taunton Gazette, maybe? Or maybe it's, I don't know, like Burnham and Highbridge doesn't have a... Oh, that's what I wanted to...
BurnhamOnSea.com, they do.
See.com.
Yeah.
But so is that the local newspaper there?
Yeah,
I think it might be from there. You're here modelling a dress and suit lending service.
Oh my God,
Like
pre-love
Alfred's?
prom, you goodness, yeah. Oh.
So how did that opportunity arise, and did they pay you for that?
No, it was a so basically it was a little pop-up boutique. It was kind of like a charity. Being able to give prom dresses to people that weren't able to get one. I was right on the cusp before COVID. As well, when I started ambassadoring for it, some of the people.
You're an ambassador for it.
I was an ambassador for it.
Did you get paid?
No, we went on BBC though. We did BBC Radio and we did a BBC interview. It was just basically recycling prom dresses. So like when you buy a prom dress, you'd give it to us, and then we'd give it to somebody else, and it'd go to the ball again. So
That's very special. I like that. Do you think being born? So were you born in Burnham or Highbridge?
born in Bristol.
Did you grow up in Burnham or Highbridge?
No, I grew up in Lavington.
Right, well, that's just ruined my last joke. Cheers for that.
John, us pretend.
Yep.
Yeah, I was born in Burnham on the seafront, specifically.
Your mum wanted to do a water birth.
Yeah, she did in the beach. Yeah, no, it was just in the sea. She was a mermaid.
Do you think being born and raised in Burnham has held you back?
Absolutely. No.
I don't think I've ever met anyone from Burnham or Highbridge, and I'm gonna.
Right, don't say Highbridge. I'm from
Finish my sentence.
I'm from Burnham.
I don't think I've ever met anyone there, and I thought you're well adjusted. You've got your life together.
Some of them do. Some of them. I'm sure some people in Burnham and Highbridge do.
I don't think they do, because I think when your prefrontal cortex locks in, you move away. And are you going to do that? Are you going to get away from Burnham? Yeah. Where are you going to move to? Can you give me your address so I can put it on the screen?
I'm going to move to New Zealand with my auntie and my uncle
What, is
tomorrow.
This tomorrow?
Yeah.
No.
Would you actually want to live in New Zealand? Is this a future plan for you?
It's definitely like a long-term future plan. I'd love to live in New Zealand. Yeah. So
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Yeah, it gets worse after that. Just get rid of that plan. It's not going to happen.
No, I know.
Let me just see if there's anything else I've written down that I've forgotten. I've spent the entire weekend thinking of stupid jokes to do.
You're doing pretty well.
One of them I was going to do, I'll just explain it to you. At the weekend, I saw a lost dog poster, and it had a dog on it, and it was called Flash. So I was going to show you a picture of a lost dog poster, but the picture was just a camera flash.
That's very good.
Okay.
That's a missed opportunity. You have to do it next time.
I'll have you on again, don't worry, you'll be on next week. Oh, that's what I need to do. You know that entire thing that I started the podcast with?
Yeah.
You need a question for the next guest. So I'm not going to tell you who the next guest is, even though you know who it is.
Yeah.
Which is, everyone I've asked so far has known who the next guest is. So it's just completely ruined the bit.
Yeah.
But what is the question you want to ask next week's guest?
I'm going to ask it to the camera. So, Emily, if you were stuck in a lift with somebody for 24 hours out of the whole firm, who would you most likely want to be stuck in a lift with and why?
I think she should do 3 people.
3 people.
I think
Which
that'd be fun.
3 people would you like to be stuck in a lift with and why?
That was amazing. Thank you very much, Jenna. Round of applause to...
Yay! I was so nervous before this. I had a whole run through with my mum and everything.